Hello, Lab 6 Scale and Load Balance Your Architecture. In this lab, we're gonna walk through using the Elastic Load Balancer and auto scaling service and automatically scale our infrastructure. So what is Elastic Load Balancer and what is auto scaling? There are a bunch of documents in the internet that we can Google and search and figure out about this subject. So I don't want to talk about that in this one in this video because we just work professional with the AWS. I think you have enough information um, about um, about the load balancer and auto scaling. So after this lab, we will be able to create an Amazon machine image or AMI from the running the instance, and we can create a load balancer and create a launch template and an auto scaling group and auto scaling and automatically scale new instance and create Amazon CloudWatch alarm and monitor performance of our infrastructure. For in this lab, we have this map. This is our scenario. We have subnet that we see in the map, and we have a subnet 1, subnet 2, public and private, and we have a security group. And after that we finish the and this lab, we should have for security group that assigned to the security group application load balancer. And we should have a relational database that is assigned to the security group in the first task. And after every task, I submit our work, and we see we get a point or not. I'm gonna open AWS. In task 1, we want to create an AMI for auto scaling. In the services, I'm going to select the EC2. I have EC2 here. And in the left navigation pane, choose the instance. And we will confirm that the instance is running. And the status of the check is the web server 1, that is the running. And the display is 2/2. And we will now create an AMI based upon this instance. Select the web server 1, and in the action, we choose the image and template. And then create the image. And we should give the name to our image. I want to use the same name that we have in the lab. I just want to copy and paste because it's faster and I'm a little lazy. And for the image description, we have a lab AMI for web server. And then create the image. So a confirmation band display the AMI ID for our new AMI. So, and that one shows that we created. So I want to submit our job because we are done with task 1 that was create create a AMI, and then we can see our point in the right side. And for the task 2, Task 2 is regarding to the create the load balancer. For in the left navigation, choose a target group. And what is a target group? The target group define where to send the traffic that comes into the load balancer. And the application load balancer can send traffic to multiple target group based upon the URL of the incoming request, such as having requests from mobile app and going to the different set of the server. And our web application will use only one target group. So we want to create a target group and then choose the target group type instance. And for the target group name, we put the lab group and select the lab VPC, drop down, and then choose the next. The register target screen appear. And so then we create a target group. In the left navigation pane, choose the load balancer. So we create it. Right now we're gonna create a load balancer. We go to the left and then at the top of the screen, choose a create load balancer. And we want to choose the application load balancer, the first one at the left, and create. Under application load balancer, choose create. And then under load balancer name, we put the lab ELB. So, and then scroll down to the network mapping. And in the network mapping, for the VPC, we choose the lab VPC. And we will specify which subnet the load balancer should use. The load balancer will the internet facing to our menu, and for we choose the second display availability zone, we choose the public subnet 1 and public subnet 2. For the first one, I'm gonna choose the public subnet 1. It's according to the map that we have. And so after for the second one, we choose the public subnet 2. In the security group section, we choose the security group drop down and the web security group. And we select I remove the selection of the default web security group. And for listener HTTP 880, I want to leave the same, but for the info, I want to choose lab group. And scroll to the bottom and choose a create load balancer. Okay, so only AZ. Okay, so I think I have a problem with the name. Have to change it. Lab ELB. I think I cannot use a space for the name, so I remove the space. I think I have to try it again. And this time, yes, it's correct. So I cannot use the space in the name. So, and then I think we are done with this task 2. I want to submit for the task 1. We get the we got the 5 from 5. That was the correct. In the next one, that is a load balancer created. Let's see which point we would get. And in the task 3, we create a launch template and an auto scaling group. For that one, in the left navigation, we choose a launch. We choose a launch template. We go to the left one and launch template. I should find it here. That is here in the instance launch template, and create a launch template and configure the launch template setting and create it. And launch template name, we want to put the lab config. And for the template, so under template verification description, I don't want to put anything, but under the auto scaling guidance, I want to select it and it's provide the guidance to help us set up a template that we can use with the EC2 auto scaling. In the application and OS image, application and OS image, choose the My AMI. And instance type, choose T2 micro. It should be the same. And owner by me. And for the instance type, choose T2 micro. And keep her name, choose Woki. I choose a Woki. And the firewall, I want to put there for the or security group. We choose the existing security group. Select the existing, and in the security group, I choose a web security group. Choose the web security group and scroll down to the advanced detail area and expand. advanced detail, expand, and then for the YAM instance profile, so and scroll down to the detail CloudWatch monitoring. CloudWatch monitoring, scroll down to the CloudWatch monitoring. We just wanna change this one, CloudWatch monitoring. I think it should be top of that. I think. Okay, after a lot of effort, I find it. Detailed CloudWatch monitoring. I wanna enable it and then create a launch template. Next, we create an auto scaling group that use for this launch template. In the success diagram, choose the lab config launch template. And from action menu, so first of all, we should go there. Create. Thank you. So that we create our template. We go to the launch template that is in the instance. We choose the lab config, and from action menu, we choose create auto scaling group. Create auto scaling group because we want to create the auto scaling group. So, and for the name, we give the lab auto scaling group. I want to copy and paste from the lab. And then for the template, we want to leave it with the lab config and then choose the next. And then configure the detail in a step 2. That is that we should choose a VPC, that we choose a VPC lab. And for availability zone and subnet, which is the private subnet 1 and private subnet 2. We want to assign the private subnet 1 and private subnet 2 to this one. And then next. For configure the detail in this step, we should choose the attach to an existing load balancer. Attach to an existing load balancer because we have our load balancer. So existing load balancer and select the lab group. We choose the lab group and then in the additional setting pane, additional setting pan, select enable group, metric within the CloudWatch, and then next. And then in this step of detail, setting up the detail, under the group size configure, we should we should and change the group size. For the desired capacity, we choose the 2, and for the minimum capacity, we choose 2. And we know if the desire is 3, minimum should be 3. It cannot be lower than desire, or more than 3, or more than 2. So desire is something, and desire shouldn't be less than minimum. Sorry, minimum shouldn't be less than desire. And for the maximum, we choose a 6, and this will allow auto scaling to automatically add or remove instance, and always we keeping between 2 and 6 instance running. Under the scaling policy, let's see for the scaling policy. Scaling policy, choose the target tracking. We choose the target tracking. And then for a scaling policy name, I want to copy and paste 29. And then for metric type, average CPU utilization, that is the same. And target value, I want to put 60, 60, 60. And this tell auto scaling to maintain average CPU utilization across all instances at 60%. And auto scaling will automatically add or remove capacity as required to keep the metric at or close to the specific target value. And then we choose next. So in this step, we can configure detail in a step file. We can add notification, and so I don't want to add anything. Auto scaling can send a notification when a scaling event takes place. It takes place, and we will use a default setting. I want to use a default setting and just click on the next. And then we can configure in a step 5. We can add a tag, and tag can help us to search faster for something for this one for our load balancer or everything that assigned to this one. So I don't want to add anything to the tag. Well, I want to add tag to it because in the lab you have to add tag. I want to put the tag key name as a key, and the value I want to copy 31 lab instance, and then choose next. So, and then configure detail in step 6. If we review the detail and then a scaling group and choose a create auto scaling group and we review everything. If we want to change in some area, it's time to do that. We can put the edit and change it. So let's see, review what we set. We set up the group detail, we set up the network with this information and instance type and VPC, health check, additional setting, group size, scaling, instance maintenance policy, instance scaling, tag. It's time to create the auto scaling group and it's done. I want to submit this task and then see how many points we get because right now we start doing task 4. Verify that our load balancer is working. We should verify. In task 4, in the left navigation, navigation pan, we choose instance. We should go to our instance. That is the part of the EC2. We go to our instance. And we should see 2 new instance named lab instance. We have a 2 instance. The name is a lab instance. And these were launched by auto scaling. When we create the auto scaling, it creates automatically. And if the instance or name, right now we can see it, so we don't have to do anything. In the left navigation pan, choose target group. Select the lab group and choose the target tab. That is here. Select that one, target. And there is a 2 target instance that name lab instance and should be listed in the target group. And we should wait until the status of the instance transaction to see, and both of them are healthy. You don't have to wait. And then in the left navigation, choose load balancer. And select the lab ELB load balancer. In the detail pan, copy DNS name. What is the DNS name? If we go down, we see the DNS info. That is the DNS name info. We copy that one. And I want to open a new tab and copy and paste. It's okay. I know it's not secure, but continue to this website and open a new web browser, and it shows that this application should appear in the browser, and it indicates that the load balancer received the request and send it to one of the EC2 instance that we that passed back the result. So, and right now it's on the availability zone USE East 1B. We are done with task 4. I want to submit our job, and then in the task 5 we want to test auto scaling. So in the services we go to the cloud watch and we know what is the cloud watch and what is the responsibility of the cloud watch. In the services I want to type cloud watch. that is here. In the left navigation pane, choose all alarm and I choose all alarm and we see there is a two alarm here, two alarm and will display and these were created automatically by the auto scaling group. They will automatically keep the average of CPU load close to the 60% while also staying within the limitation of having 2 to 6 instances. So on the service menu, so choose the OK alarm. I wanna choose this one. Uh, and I wanna return to the browser tab with the web application. It was here. So, and right now in the list, I wanna in this page, I wanna choose the load test, and beside the AWS logo, and this will cause the application to generate a high load. Okay, I choose the load test, and currently the CPU load is 100%. And I return to the CloudWatch. We are here, and after refresh, okay, return to the CloudWatch and console, and in the 5 minute alarm low and should be okay, and alarm high status should change to in alarm insufficient data. Let me refresh. After that, I refresh it back to the OK for the state of the alarm high. And right now we see in less than 5 minutes the alarm low should change to the OK, and the alarm high status should change to the in alarm. And we see that both of them they are active. And we can choose a refresh and we see what happened. Let me choose a refresh because it was okay. Internal alarm state. So I wanna send the load test again and see what happened. And it shows a CPU utilization less than 60 for 3 database within 3 minutes. So in the search box next to the services, search for the we search for the EC2 and we choose the instance. And we see there is a two alarm here. So we go to the EC2, search for the instances. More than two instance label lab instance should be here. For the lab instance, let's see. So I could check it with this one. I play with that one, and so we see there is a more than two lab instance, more than two instance lab and lab instance and should know running, and the new instance were created by auto scaling response to the CloudWatch alarm. And for I want to submit our work and see how many points we get for this task, and then go to the next step, that is a task 6. In the task 6, we want to terminate the web server, and then terminate it. So for the terminate the web server, we select the web server 1, and in the instance state, we just terminate, stop the instance, or we terminate. We want to delete the instance and terminate or delete, and we are done with this lab today. And we see we follow all of the tasks and we got the 5 from all of the tasks. And for the last one, I just submit and we will get the all of the point. And that one was for task 6 for today. And thank you for watching the video, and make sure to subscribe and leave a comment if you have any question that you need me to get over, and also leave a like down below, and make sure to share this video with friends if this video was helpful. Thank you for watching.